My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the Holy Word of God of 27th April 2022. The indicative of our reflection. God always offers us His grace. He shows us His love in manifold ways. It is left to us to make a free choice between grace or sin, salvation or damnation. The apostles were on fire for the Lord. Their preaching was like a storm that shook all. This was all because they truly understood and experienced God's love. It is a love that gives totally and selflessly. God loved the world so much that He gave His only Son for its salvation. He wants to save, but sadly, many prefer destruction. He wants to give light and enlighten our lives, but many still prefer darkness. The Jewish authorities were under the power of darkness. They refused the light of the Lord. They jealously reject the faith preached by the apostles. They arrest and imprison the apostles. But how foolish they were to think that they could stop the power of the Lord. How blinded they were that they did not realize that no prison wall, no authorities can block the power of God. Today, there is so much hatred and selfishness. God's sacrificing love must be a lesson and a challenge for us. We must confide in such love of God and imbibe the same spirit. We must heal the world with the cool streams of love and in altruism in a world that continues to stumble in the ways of darkness. We must be the bearers of the light of Christ. Further, against a prevailing storm of judging and condemning, we must spread the gentle breezes of empathy and forgiveness. Our purpose shall not be to show and prove how bad a fellow is. Rather, it is to recognize and reinstate the confidence in how good a person can be. For Jesus came not to condemn but to save. Still further, we must inherit the same spirit of courage and commitment of the apostles. Nothing could intimidate them or stop them. They were focused and determined. They were convinced and committed. And now the imperative for our life in a world that is fragmented and tormented by a culture of hate, darkness, and destruction, we need to revitalize the power of love, light, and new life of the Lord.